Fatality.
Welcome to the zone, I'm Gonçalo. Animal Crossing New Horizons was released yesterday, reviews are in, and they're overwhelmingly positive. The game currently has a score of 91 on Metacritic. GameSpot gave it an 8, saying, quote, New Horizons certainly has a slower pace than other Animal Crossing games, partially because you have to work to get things up and running on the island at the start. And while I'm impatient to discover what upgrades might be coming my way, and I need to mess around with Island Designer more, I still feel as though I've done a lot on my island. I've crafted tons of furniture, upgraded my house 7 times, picked thousands of weeds, and done far too many drastic outfit changes. I'm as excited to see what random events await me each morning as I am to decorate my island and make it my own, and that's sure to keep me coming back for the foreseeable future. Eurogamer continued the positive choo-choo train, saying, quote, and it's how, even some 19 hours in, Animal Crossing New Horizons maintains its ability to surprise. It's how each day presents a new mystery to unravel or a new visitor to hang out with, though often it's satisfying enough just to check in to see how your flowers are doing. I just went for another morning stroll and spotted Billy, the troublemaking goat, running arms out through a corpse of trees, a look of glee fixed on his face. I can bring myself to make him live. Indeed, I think I properly like him now, for all his faults. Are you going to buy this game? Of course you're going to buy it. Call of Duty Warzone continues to reach a huge number of players, with the free-to-play Battle Royale hitting 30 million players in its first 10 days of release. The Call of Duty Twitter account posted the latest number with a picture thanking its 30 million players for being a part of the community. This increase in people playing comes shortly after Warzone hit 6 million players within its first 24 hours. While players were able to play solo in Warzone previously by going up against other squads alone, Infinity Ward released the Solos mode on Tuesday. This could have played a role in bringing more people to the Battle Royale, despite the plunder mode still not being playable alone. By choosing to support cross-platform play between Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC, more people have been able to play together regardless of their platform. Warzone was officially announced earlier this month, with a launch coming 24 hours later. This isn't the first time we've seen a quick reveal and release, especially in the Battle Royale genre. Developer Respawn Entertainment released Apex Legends shortly after it was announced and reached 2.5 million players within its first 24 hours. Sony has just updated its verbiage on backwards compatibility for the PlayStation 5 in an update on the official PlayStation blog, stating that it now intends to support the, quote, majority of the 4,000 PS4 titles with backwards compatibility on the next-gen system. Initially, lead system architect Mark Cerny stated during a presentation earlier this week that, quote, recently took a look at the top 100 PS4 titles as ranked by playtime, and we're expecting almost all of them to be playable at launch on the PS5. The reason for the delay in support for all the PlayStation 4 titles is due to the PlayStation 5's boosted frequencies, which will run PlayStation 4 games at higher, more stable frame rates and potentially higher resolution. Sony is testing each game on by a title-by-title basis to ensure compatibility with the updated architecture and work with the original developers if any adjustments need to be made. We already got a glimpse of how the PS5's added power and SSD will improve load times last year featuring Marvel's Spider-Man, and will be interesting to see just how much better some of the PS4's more demanding titles actually fare. This updated announcement follows the first real deep dive look at the architecture on the upcoming PS5, where we learned about what to expect out of the upcoming system's power, graphical capability, and significantly reduced load times thanks to the custom SSDs. Cerny also spent a significant portion of time on the 3D audio that will be included in PlayStation 5, which will allow for developers to build, quote, new dreams and immerse players in more meaningful audio to import to the PS5's custom Tempest audio engine. Cerny even alluded to custom audio designs being developed based on photos and videos of your ears in the future. There's currently no timetable as to when the remainder of the PS4 library will be playable, but Sony claims to have tested hundreds of titles and will continue testing thousands more as we move closer to the PS5 launch date. This next news piece is hilarious, believe me, you're going to laugh because this is actually very degrading. GameSpot employees were told to keep stores open because they are, quote, essential business amid COVID-19 outbreak. A representative for GameSpot confirmed to IGN via email that the corporation is keeping stores open as an essential business during the pandemic, citing a list of items GameStop sells that the company deems to be essential products. The list of items provided to IGN includes webcams, microphones, mice, keyboard, monitors, chargers, audio equipment, and more. No specific games or game consoles are listed. IGN obtained an internal memo sent from GameSpot Corporate informing them that stores should remain open despite the pandemic, as first reported by Kotaku. The internal memo provided to IGN also informs employees what to do in case local authorities attempt to close the store. Quote, "We have received reports of local authorities visiting stores in an attempt to enforce closure despite our classification. Store managers are approved to provide the document linked below to law enforcement as needed." The memo then links to a simple printout that directs questions about GameStop's policies to its corporate office phone number. Several employees who wish to remain anonymous for fear of repercussion have shared their stories in dealing with GameStop's corporate office amid the COVID-19 outbreak. Quote, "GameStop Corporate is putting its employees at risk of coronavirus," one concerned GameSpot employee claimed to IGN. "They aren't even closing stores and they aren't offering paid time off. They are still pushing their employees to advertise events at their stores that will draw crowds of people. GameStop has since cancelled midnight launches for Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing New Horizons. GameSpot also announced that it will sell Doom Eternal early to keep crowds small. Another GameStop employee, located in a city that recently ordered non-essential business to close, also reached out to IGN about their concerns. Quote, "We are not getting cleaning supplies, but GameStop is still telling its guests we are getting them and cleaning high-traffic surfaces." One of the main complaints from employees is the alleged difficulty in getting clear answers from GameStop's corporate office. Despite multiple daily correspondences with GameStop corporate, employees reportedly did not receive answers on whether they should have to close their stores or not. Furthermore, it's been difficult for employees to figure out how they might be affected financially if their stores are closed, according to our sources. One GameSpot employee working in a county that declared a, quote, bunker-in-place order, which closed non-essential business for several weeks, revealed how difficult it was to communicate with GameStop on how to handle the situation. Really guys, this remembers me of my company, Dear. So basically I work in a supermarket and they didn't send us anything, so we are very subjective to the virus. So really, this is such a stupid situation, and I expect GameStop has to be stopped. I'm sorry, they have to put a final dot on this. Okay guys, this is the last piece, so come on, we're going to close this on a high note. Much like the real world, the demand for toilet paper is increasing, this time in Fallout 76. With the world dealing with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic in many ways, With some countries opting for drive-through testing stations and others going into full quarantine, the United States has collectively emptied stores around the country of toilet paper. This has crossed over into the post-apocalyptic world of Fallout 76, as players are spending thousands of bottle caps on the single rolls of toilet paper. Reddit user Historic Big Dog, well, really this is a huge name, posted on the Fallout 76 subreddit to ask the simple question of why do the user who purchased 4 rolls of its toilet paper for 450 caps each. That's still an unreasonably high price for toilet paper in a game where you don't need to use toilet paper in a bathroom, but someone in the comments of Historic Big Dog's post said they've sold a roll for 20,000 caps. Quote, I have sold my only one for 20,000 caps. I put it up as a joke is on me. I should have listed for 30k. Perhaps people are buying toilet paper for extraordinary prices in Fallout 76 because at least it's available in the game unlike in the real world. Perhaps it's just a joke, but regardless, some wastelander has a roll of toilet paper in their possession that they spent 20,000 caps on too. Well, that's all the news we have for you today. Let us know in the comments what you think about all this news, and for more news like this video and subscribe to the zone. Bye bye, have a nice weekend.